Hey LS11 Universe, it's Xander and welcome back to WWE 2K22 Universe Mode. Welcome back to Friday Night Smackdown. We are just 24 hours away from Survivor Series 1 Final Beat. We are 24 hours away from one of the biggest matchups in LS11 history. But this is the final Smackdown before Survivor Series tomorrow, and we are kicking it off with a clash of generations. As here comes a man who many claim is the absolute undeniable future of WWE, the Breaker, Bron Steiner, son of the Hall of Famer Rick Steiner. Braunstein makes his way to the ring. He's going to be taking on a living legend, a man who just recently celebrated 20 years as part of the WWE, and the man who cost Steiner his opportunity at the Intercontinental Championship on Super Smackdown when he dropped him with an RKO. The Viper, Randy Orton, making his way to the ring. Last week, Steiner confronted Orton and said, "Let's do it, me and you, right here, right now." And Orton said, "Let me give you a little lesson. Let this be a lesson. You're in jeans and a hoodie. You don't want to fight me right now. Give yourself a week to prepare. We'll do this next week." So Randy Orton acting almost as if he's trying to educate Steiner while essentially interfering in his career. It's rather confusing, rather perplexing in some situations here. But the Viper is making his way to the ring nonetheless for this opening contest tonight here on Friday Night Smackdown. You got to think the winner of this matchup is going to have championship gold in their future. Next month is Cyber Sunday, of course, so 1 week from today, the floodgates open and you will all be able to vote on Cyber Sunday matches. Keep a lookout on the community tab for that, and also this shows me how many people listen. If I put a link to the Cyber Sunday polls in the comments, please do not reply to that comment because it does not notify me when you reply to my comments. It doesn't. If you want to ask questions and stuff, leave your own individual comment. Don't reply to ones I've made because, as I said, it doesn't notify me. As Randy Orton, former SmackDown Tag Team Champion, makes his way to the ring, Orton has been very, very clear in the fact that he wants to help the future generations in WWE succeed. But he has his own kind of way of tough love, tough teaching, and he's going to try and inflict that on Steiner right now. Here we go. They lock up. Randy Orton out of the gate, throws Steiner into the corner, went for a chop. Bron Steiner kicking him in the ribs now. Steiner now answering back with an elbow strike. Braunstein with a chop now puts Orton in the ropes. Steiner with Orton. Hurricane Rana! Frankensteiner Hurricane Rana from Braun, who takes down Orton. And now Braun getting him back up to his feet. Braun with a right hook, putting the Viper in the corner. Orton bursts out of the corner though. And now Randy Orton answering back. Randy Orton scoops him up, and Orton with Steiner up on his shoulders for a neck breaker. Takes him down. Steiner goes down, and Orton goes for a kick. Steiner, clothesline. And now Steiner getting Orton back up to his feet. There's a kick to the ribs, jab to the gut. Bron Steiner with Randy Orton throws him across the ring again. Huge clothesline, dropping the Viper. Steiner has been a house of fire thus far in this matchup. Bron Steiner, this would be a huge upset for him if he could knock off Randy Orton tonight. As now Orton with a punch to the gut. Randy Orton now scooping him up, and Randy Orton with Steiner picks him up on his shoulders into a stun gun into the ropes. Into a cover now goes Orton. One, no! Steiner, he was enraged to grab the ropes, but rookie error, he decided to kick out and exert the energy. You gotta think that's a lesson Orton wants to teach him there. Steiner now with an elbow strike. Orton turns him around with a right hook now, and Randy Orton with the back body drop takes down Steiner. Orton's got him down. Orton saying, "Come on, give me more. Show me more." Kicks him in the ribs. Randy Orton now knocking him back. Orton knocks Steiner into the corner. Randy Orton pushing his elbow into the face of Steiner. And again, Steiner goes down. Oh, Orton goes for a kick in the corner. Bron Steiner catches the leg, and Bron Steiner takes out the leg of the Viper. Steiner now getting Orton back up to his feet. And Bron Steiner with a chop puts the Viper in the ropes. Right hand gets him in the gut. And now Braun going into the ribs of Orton. Braun sends him off the ropes. Huge clothesline. That manic Steiner energy on full display here. They collide. And now Orton with a jab. Randy Orton grabs onto Steiner. Orton with Steiner into the corner. And now Randy up to the middle rope. Randy Orton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Punches Steiner in the head 10 times. Turns him over now into a cover. And the Viper. 1, 2. No! Steiner out at 1.5. And now Randy. Oh my God. Randy went for the punt. Steiner with a spear. No! Bron Steiner nearly beat Randy Orton with a spear, and Orton is still writhing off that. Steiner screams in his face and throws him like a doll. Throws Orton like a rag doll. There's a punch to the gut now, and Orton grabs onto Steiner. Randy Orton into a backbreaker, takes him down. Into a cover now, Randy. 1, no. Steiner gets the shoulders up again. Orton now stalking him. Randy Orton grabs onto him. Orton gets him up on his shoulders. Steiner slides out of it. Bron Steiner with a chop. Orton answers back. And now Randy. Belly to belly connects. Orton's going to try it again. Orton's going to try and punt him again. Steiner again counters. Steiner ducks under him. Steiner with a clothesline. And now Steiner with a... Oh, went for another chop. Orton scoops him up now. Randy Orton with Steiner. Taking him towards the ropes. Scoops him on his shoulders. Stun guns him. Steiner goes down. And now Randy Orton striking that vintage pose as Steiner pulls himself back up to his feet. Orton grabs onto him. Right hook connect. Orton gets him back up again. RKO! 1, 2, Steiner! Steiner kicked out! Bron Steiner kicked out of the RKO! Orton now calling for it again. Randy poised to strike. RK power slam! Steiner countered into his power slam. Braun with Steiner recliner. Bron Steiner just tapped out Randy Orton. Bron Steiner just tapped him out. Bron Steiner counters the RKO into his power slam. Locks Orton in a Steiner recliner. Bron Steiner just beat Randy Orton. We got more coming up on Smackdown. Well, we have some more action up next after an incredible opening contest. As here comes the former Cruiserweight Champion to the ring, Chad Gable. Chad Gable has a huge opportunity ahead of him right now. He's going to be going one-on-one with the #1 contender to the World Heavyweight Championship, Drew McIntyre. It is a big opportunity for Gable tonight. Gable has made his way to the ring. And here comes the #1 contender, the Scottish psychopath, the Scottish warrior, Drew McIntyre. McIntyre sold his soul to Triple H a few weeks ago, alongside two other men. Two men that accompany him to the ring. Austin Theory and the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. So Drew McIntyre marching to the ring in a pit of fire. McIntyre and Gable, I believe this is the first time ever. It's very strange seeing McIntyre back on the blue brand after all those months back on Raw. And hey, it also means McIntyre and Balor are on the same roster for the first time ever in LS11 Universe. It's kind of a running joke that they swap brands with one another every year. So you can see Cody and Theory in the corner of McIntyre. Here we go as Gable out of the gate with a kick. Chad Gable now going up to the top rope. Gable. Hurricane Rana off the top. Gable. 1, 2, no. McIntyre now takes down Gable. And now Drew grabs onto Gable. Drew McIntyre grabs the arms, stomping Chad Gable into the mat now. Takes him down. There's another kick. McIntyre with Gable back up to his feet. Drew McIntyre grabs onto him, scoops Gable up. McIntyre into a suplex. Hanging him in the air. A high vertical takes him down. Gable goes down. McIntyre into a cover on the Olympian. 1. No, Gable gets the shoulders up. And now McIntyre punching Gable in the face, now taking him down. McIntyre's got Gable down. Gable staggers back to his feet. Chad Gable with a chop. Chad Gable firing back on McIntyre. Gable with Drew. Gable might be smaller than McIntyre, but he makes up for it with pure technical prowess. Gable coming off the ropes. Elbow drop. Now Chad Gable going to the top rope. Gable. Elbow! Brings it down onto McIntyre. And now Chad Gable. No! McIntyre knocks him back. Drew with a kick to the ribs and another. McIntyre punches Gable in the back, takes him down. And now McIntyre with Gable. Pops him up. McIntyre throws him across the ring. Now Drew McIntyre kicks him in the ribs. McIntyre. Future shock to Gable. Cover. 1, 2. Gable gets the shoulders up. Chad Gable got the shoulders up, but McIntyre pulls him in. Oh, goes for a powerbomb. Gable rolls him through. 1. No, McIntyre kicks out. Gable went for a rolling kick. McIntyre got out of the way. Gable, kicks him in the ribs. Chad Gable grabs onto him. Gable rolls him through. Cover. 1. No. There's a right hook from Gable. And again, Chad Gable pulls him in. Gable, suplex. Turns it over now. Chad into a second. And Gable with 3 amigos takes down McIntyre. Chad Gable going to the top rope. Gable. Big splash to McIntyre. Gable now grabs the ankles of McIntyre. Stomps the leg. Gable does it again, stomping the chest. McIntyre pushes him away though. And now Gable staggers up to his feet. McIntyre, spine buster! Gable ducks out of the ring though. Chad Gable has him well scouted now. Gable coming off the ropes. Gets caught. McIntyre gets kicked in the ribs. Gable knocking him back now. Chad Gable gets punched in the face. McIntyre grabs onto him, scoops him up, and, turns it back into a suplex. McIntyre gonna bring Gable crashing down on a suplex. Down goes Chad Gable. And now McIntyre, here we go. Drew McIntyre. Here we go. Claymore. 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre takes down Chad Gable. Gable had a couple near falls, a couple moments where it looked like he might be able to pull out the win, but in the end, the Claymore spelled disaster for Chad Gable. Drew McIntyre is your winner. Wait a minute! Kevin Owens, the Intercontinental Champion, takes his challenger for tomorrow and drops him with a stunner. Owens getting out of there. Oh, hang on, there's Seth Rollins, the world champion. Springs into action, going right after McIntyre. Rollins sprung right into the face of Drew. And now Seth Rollins, the world champion, dropping his challenger for tomorrow. Rollins and Owens getting revenge for the attack last week at the hands of the regime of McIntyre, Rhodes, and Theory. Well, but McIntyre now fighting back against Rollins and Drew McIntyre now. McIntyre, no, Rollins. Rollins with the right hook, dumps McIntyre out of the ring. Oh, and on the outside, before Cody can even get involved, John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Cody telling John, you want it, come get it. And Cody Rhodes, he's going to back away. Cody's going to make Cena wait until tomorrow at Survivor Series. Cena's not one to usually throw the first punch in a situation like this. Cody Rhodes leaving a Cena, Rollins, and Owens. Stand tall. More action up next. Well, we have some more singles action up next, folks. As it is a rematch from Survivor Series 2 years ago, the final challenge for Nikki Cross before she heads into her rematch with Mandy Rose this weekend. The sassy Southern Belle, Lacey Evans, former SmackDown Women's Champion in her own right. A woman with a theme song way catchier than it has any right to be. The sassy Southern Belle makes her way to the ring. Lacey Evans. She is the woman that Nikki Cross beat the first time Cross won the SmackDown title. And as I said, it's kind of the final step on her path towards the championship once again. Nikki Cross takes on this old rival. Nikki Cross, the newest member of the Fight Factory. Finn Balor, the leader of Fight Factory, accompanying her. Balor, due to unforeseen circumstances, aka they weren't in the damn game, lost Coffee, Wolfgang, and Dar for an undisclosed amount of time, so he's began rebuilding Fight Factory, and his first recruit, Nikki Cross. So Nikki Cross makes her way to the ring. Evans versus Cross. Here we go. They lock up now, and Nikki grabs the arm. Nikki Cross sweeps the leg of Lacey Evans. Now Nikki comes off the ropes, drop kicks her. Got her right in the mouth on that one. Evans staggers back to her feet. She's now going to fight back. Lacey Evans went for a kick. Nikki Cross grabs her. Nikki Cross with a right hook. Evans kicks her in the ribs. Lacey Evans turning around now. Lacey Evans. Oh, wrenching back on the jaw of Nikki Cross. Knee into the back as well. Throws her down. Nikki Cross goes down. Oh, Evans went for a moonsault. And now Nikki Cross with a crossbody into a cover. Just throws her weight down on Evans. No. Kick out from Lacey. Nikki Cross now getting her back up to her feet. Right hand connects. And again, fires away now. Forearm strike makes her stagger into the ropes. Puts her in the ropes now, and now Nikki pops her up into swinging neck breaker. Takes her down. Nikki Cross coming up the ropes with a double axe handle. And again, taking her down. Cross grabs onto Evans, getting her back up to her feet. There's a right hook. Evans kicks her in the ribs down. Lacey Evans grabs the arm, takes her down, rolls through. Balor, you know he's got to be watching this one closely. This is one of the first big tests for Nikki Cross. She beat Becky Lynch a couple weeks ago, but it wasn't exactly the most convincing win in history. Because now Lacey punching the side of the head of Nikki Cross, taking her down. Nikki Cross is down. Lacey grabbing onto her, picking her back up to her feet. Lacey Evans tries to scoop her up. Nikki Cross with a knee into the side. Knee into the side of Lacey. Grabs onto her, pulls her in. Neckbreaker connects from Nikki. And now Nikki Cross springs up to the top rope at a high speed. Nikki Cross telling her to get up. Cross. Here we go, Nikki Cross. Cross body. 1, 2, 3. Nikki Cross gets another convincing win on the road to Survivor Series. Are we looking at the next SmackDown Women's Champion? If she can do that to Mandy Rose tomorrow, I think we will be. Nikki Cross secures the win for herself, and you can see Balor clapping on the outside. He seems to be rather confident in the newest addition to the Fight Factory. Big win there for Nikki Cross. We got more coming up, but we're going to hear from the Cruiserweight Champion up next. You know, I'm starting to think that a lot of you have forgotten exactly who I am. So allow me to remind you that I am Roderick Strong. Not only am I a former NXT North American Champion, a former NXT Tag Team Champion, a former Intercontinental Champion, a former SmackDown Tag Team Champion, the most decorated star in the LS11 Universe, but I'm also currently your Cruiserweight Champion and Mr. Money in the Bank. Which means that at any time I so choose, I'm going to trade this briefcase in and have a World Championship. But here's the thing. The Cruiserweight Championship is more than just an accessory I wear around my waist down to the ring. It is a championship that I desire to make one of the most prestigious championships in all of professional wrestling. And not only as your Cruiserweight Champion, but as the greatest competitor in the LS11 Universe, the man who has victories over Seth Rollins, Shinsuke Nakamura, and many other top-level competitors, and the man who single-handedly killed the Undisputed Era. Next week, if SmackDown and Triple H can even find someone capable of stepping in the ring with someone like me, then I'll put this Cruiserweight title on the line. Hey, Roddy. It's been a couple years since I beat up you and your Undisputed Era buddies. But you know good and well what happens when you have titles around me. Challenge accepted. I'll see you next week. Well, that is a huge match being added to next week's episode of SmackDown. Pete Dunne versus Roderick Strong for the Cruiserweight title. But we have some singles action up next. As here comes the Great Liberator, Sami Zayn, to the ring. Sami Zayn believes that there is some conspiracy against him here on Friday Night SmackDown. And for the last two weeks since his world title match with Seth Rollins, that is all he's been focused on, is the quote-unquote conspiracy that is being held against him. So Sami Zayn makes his way to the ring. Another suitable competitor has been found for him tonight here on SmackDown as he makes his way to the ring. Sami Zayn believes he should be the World Heavyweight Champion right now, believes that he was screwed out of his World Heavyweight title match with Seth Rollins. But Sami Zayn tonight, well, he's going to go one-on-one with Odyssey Jones. Yep. Last time we saw Jones, he was taking Brock Lesnar to the limit on Super Smackdown. So Odyssey Jones and Sami Zayn one-on-one. So without further ado, well, Sami Zayn jumping Odyssey Jones before the bell. Sami getting the jump on the big man and immediately getting out of the ring. As now the referee begins the count. The referee who looks suspiciously like Angelo Dawkins. Has anyone else noticed that that referee's face looks like Angelo Dawkins' model? It's so weird. Sami Zayn now firing away on Odyssey Jones. Sami Zayn knocks him back. Sami Zayn. Drop kick. Oh, but Jones didn't leave his feet. Sami Zayn, oh no. Sami Zayn now on the outside. Jones coming after him. Odyssey Jones grabs onto him, scoops him up, slams him onto the floor. And now Odyssey Jones turns him over. Sami Zayn sweeps the leg and drops him on the outside. Sami Zayn back out of the ring again, gets caught. Jones takes him down. And now Odyssey Jones getting back up on the apron. Sami Zayn. Oh, Sami Zayn now really playing a game of cat and mouse with Jones, isn't he? Clotheslines him now. Odyssey Jones hasn't even had a chance to take off his jacket in this matchup. Sami Zayn puts him in the corner now, and Sami Zayn firing away on the head of Jones. Sami, with a drop kick, takes him down. Sami Zayn. Oh, now ripping the jacket off of him. Sami Zayn rips Odyssey Jones' jacket off of him. Zayn takes him down. Cover. One. No. And now Jones with a clothesline. Ducks him. Sami Zayn comes up the ropes. Sami finds the counter. Drop kicks him. And now Sami Zayn gets caught. Jones scoops him up, and now Jones with Sami Zayn throws him into the corner and throws him across the ring. There's a kick. Goes for another. Sami Zayn back to his feet. Sweeps the leg. Oh, Jones gets him with a kick to the head. Sami Zayn back to his feet now. Sami goes for a right hook. Jones throws him over the top rope. Right hook. Odyssey Jones saying, you want to go outside so bad? Well, let's send you for a ride. Back body drop takes down Sami. And now Odyssey Jones picks him up, and Jones takes out the arm. Sami Zayn goes down, and now Odyssey Jones. Leg drop. Picks Sami back up to his feet now, does Odyssey Jones. Right hand. Goes for another. Sami counter. Sami gets caught by Jones, who throws him into the barricades. Oh, went for an elbow. Sami out of the way. Sami Zayn drop kicks him to the outside. Referee at the count of 5. Sami immediately jumps Odyssey on getting back in. That's going to be the world's biggest blue thunder bomb from Sami Zayn. He grabs Jones back to his feet now, and Sami with Odyssey Jones into the corner for Haluva kick. No! Odyssey Jones went for a crossbody. Sami Zayn rolls him through. Handful of tights. 1, 2, no! Right hand from Sami. He grabs onto Jones again. Sami Zayn. Haluva kick! Sami Zayn turns him over now, and Sami cover. 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn beats Odyssey Jones. Sami Zayn beats Odyssey Jones. It took every trick he had up his sleeve, but he managed to hit the Haluva kick right off the jaw and takes down Jones. Sami Zayn wins. Finally! Finally! That shows that I can stop this conspiracy against me. The conspiracy that's keeping me from being a world champion. The conspiracy's end now. Sami, calm down about the conspiracies, buddy. Look, I'm not out here to fight you right now unless you're looking for a fight, in which case I'm more than ready to deliver. But Sami, I think I speak for everyone when I say I find it so ironic that you've been rambling about conspiracies for months now when you're involved in the biggest conspiracy there is. I don't even know what you're talking about, Ricochet. The conspiracies are against me. I'm not causing them. Actually, you are, Sami. Because the biggest conspiracy of all is that you are El Generico. I'm sorry, what? No, I'm not El Generico. There's no way I'm El Generico. How dare you accuse me of being my good friend El Generico? The man who mentored me, the man who trained me. He and I are not the same person. There's no way that we're the same person. Guess what, Ricochet? You know, we're not the same. Why do people always think we're the same person? Look, okay? Just look. Calm down, Ricochet. You calm down. I'm calm. You calm down. Look. Give me time. I will prove you and everyone else wrong, okay? Look. I'm not El Generico, and I will find a way to prove it, I swear. I'll find a way. It is time for our final matchup of the night. Of course, not our main event, because our main event will be the One Final Beat contract signing. As here comes the Celtic Warrior, Sheamus, to the ring. Sheamus with Ridge Holland in his corner, part of one of the newest tag teams on Friday nights. Friday Night Fight Night. Sheamus makes his way to the ring. Sheamus has a big challenge ahead of him, though. He's got to take on Edge in our final matchup of the night. Edge, who is preparing for his battle with Damian Priest tomorrow. I swear it was complete coincidence. We were doing this feud, but we were planning this feud long before they aligned on actual TV. So Sheamus makes his way to the ring. Here he comes. It's the Rated R Superstar Edge. Edge with one last warm-up match tonight on his way to Survivor Series tomorrow. Edge making his way to the ring. Sheamus is a dangerous man, a man the likes of which Edge has not faced many of since his return a couple years ago. Many of Edge's matches since returning to LS11 Universe in Season 1 have been against guys more his size, medium to smaller size guys. Guys like AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Tommaso Ciampa, and the likes of that. He's hardly had to face guys the size of Sheamus. But Edge himself is a big guy as well. You can see there he and Sheamus match up just about the exact same height. As Sheamus was in the corner, but Edge fights back. And Edge spent a good long while of this season as part of Rated RKO during their little reunion tour they were on. Tomorrow is going to be Edge's first pay-per-view singles match since WrestleMania, or since Bad Blood Season 2. And you'll hear Ray threaten to kill me for that. Tomorrow, as Edge spears Sheamus into the corner, drop kicks him as well. Edge takes down Sheamus now, and Edge getting Sheamus back up to his feet. Edge with a kick to the ribs. Sheamus grabs onto him, and Sheamus picks him up. Irish Curse. Turning him over now is Sheamus, and Sheamus ties up the legs. Cloverleaf is in. Sheamus with a Cloverleaf. Edge is down. Edge manages to fight out of it, and now Sheamus gets Edge back up. Now Sheamus, knee to the ribs. Sheamus gets Edge up for a Falcon Arrow. Edge slides out of it, grabs Sheamus, and German suplexes him. Sheamus goes down, and Ridge Holland looks on concerned on the outside. As Edge gets him up, right hand now, and Edge firing away on Sheamus. Edge puts him in the corner, another spear into the corner, and another drop kick. Oh, but now Ridge Holland distracting Edge, gives Sheamus long enough to grab him. Sheamus with a big power slam to Edge. Edge back to his feet now, and Edge double axe handle into a clothesline. Grabs Sheamus and drives him into the mat. Does Edge. Edge now grabs Sheamus, gets him back up to his feet, kicks him in the ribs. Edge with execution. 1, 2. Sheamus kicks out. And now Edge stomping on him, but Sheamus out of the way. Sheamus grabs him into a neck breaker. And now Sheamus gets Edge back up to his feet. Sheamus grabs onto him, gets him up on his shoulders. Sheamus with the white noise to Edge. Edge is down. Sheamus gets the Rated R Superstar back to his feet. Right hand and another. Sheamus knocks it back. Sheamus just firing away on Edge right now. And now Sheamus with Edge back up on his shoulders. And Sheamus with Edge. Edge fighting free. Edge fights out of it. Now Edge with a kick to the head of Sheamus. Edge gets him back up to his feet. Edge, right hand connects, and again, Edge knocking back Sheamus. Sheamus with a Irish Curse. Brogue! Sheamus with the brogue to Edge. Sheamus might have just put the nail in the coffin on this one. Cover on Edge. 1, 2, Edge kicks out. Edge gets the shoulders up. Sheamus telling him to get back up now as Edge staggers to his feet. Sheamus, Irish Curse again. And again. And a third. Edge goes down. Edge ducks out of the ring though. And now Edge pacing, telling Sheamus to bring it on. Edge now back into the ring. And now Edge tells Sheamus get back in. Sheamus trying to figure out what to do. He knows Edge is the ultimate opportunist. As Sheamus back into the ring, runs in the spear. 1, 2, 3, no! Now Edge stomping the neck. Sheamus grabs the leg. Sheamus sweeps the leg of Edge. Edge getting back up to his feet now, and Edge grabs Sheamus, rolls him through. Sheamus got caught. Sheamus, 1, no. And now Edge getting Sheamus back up to his feet. Edge, right hand, kicks him in the ribs, punches him in the back. Sheamus goes down as Edge, getting him back up to his feet. Right hand. Sheamus grabs onto him. Sheamus with Edge. No, Edge counters. Turns it into a powerbomb to Sheamus. That's something that doesn't normally happen to Sheamus. Right hand from Edge. And again. And now Edge knocking Sheamus back. Sheamus with a forearm. Sheamus grabs onto Edge. Sheamus was going for Irish Curse again. Edge caught him. Edge with Sheamus off the ropes. They collide. But Edge fires out of it into another spear. 1, 2, 3. No! What does Edge got to do now? Sheamus kicked out of another spear. Edge now getting him up to Sheamus. Jawbreaker. Sheamus tries to grab him. Edge pops him up. Slams him into the mat. Grabs Sheamus, now does Edge. Edge getting the Celtic Warrior back to his feet, kicks him in the ribs. Edge with execution. And now Edge backing up into the corner. Here we go. Edge trying to get the full run up on it this time. Spear. 1, 2, 3. Edge puts down Sheamus. A trifecta of spears from the Rated R Superstar seals the deal. Your winner, Edge. Edge with another stomp to Sheamus for good measure. Now Edge back in the ring. Now I really hope Damian Priest was watching them, because I know you've been trying to end my career for the last month, Priest. And I want you to know you're going to have to hit me a lot harder than you did the night you took me out of that Battle Royal, because you might have taken me out temporarily on that night. But if you're going to try and end me at Survivor Series, you're going to want to finish the job, or you're not going to like what I become. Because they call me the Ultimate Opportunist, the Rated R Superstar, and you don't want to find out why. Harsh words from Edge. Contract signing up next. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the contract signing for one final beat. As here comes the mediator. The man who's been overseeing everything in the Gargano and Ciampa rivalry these last few weeks. Really a man who's been heavily involved in the whole thing. The Game. Triple H. The Smackdown General Manager, making his way to the ring. He's been pulling strings all over the place lately. So Triple H making his way to the ring. The Game, as I said, will be mediating this contract signing. Making sure things don't get too out of hand between these two men. It's just always great to see the Game, isn't it? My favorite of all time. Triple H makes his way to the ring. And out next, here comes the former world champion, Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano making his way to the ring. I say former world champion, but his opponent's a former world champion as well. Johnny Gargano has called himself a puppet master these last few months. He's orchestrated pretty much every bad thing that's happened in Tommaso Ciampa's life. And now all those sins are finally coming back to haunt him. As Johnny Gargano, the leader of the very much diminished way, makes his way to the ring. And it's time for a bit of a homecoming now. Welcome back for the first time since the night before WrestleMania to Friday Night SmackDown, Tommaso Ciampa. As I said, this is Ciampa's first SmackDown appearance since the night before WrestleMania this year. Ciampa making his way to the ring. SmackDown is the place where he built his name in the LS11 Universe, where he became known as the best superstar in LS11 Universe, the most winning male superstar in the LS11 Universe, the only Grand Slam champion in the LS11 Universe. Tommaso Ciampa is home on SmackDown for one night only, for this contract signing for one final beat. Ciampa, Gargano, and Triple H are all here. Let's sign this contract.
Gentlemen, I would like to thank you both for agreeing to this peaceful meeting for this contract signing. You have both read over the contract, I am aware. A copy was given to each of you in your separate locker rooms before coming out here tonight. This contract waives all legal responsibilities from WWE should anything happen in your matchup tomorrow night. The one final beat matchup will be the final time you two are to compete in a matchup against one another in the LS11 Universe. One final beat, win, lose, or draw for both of you, is the end of this story. I speak for myself, and I speak for the entire LS11 Universe when I say we are done with your fighting, destroying Raw and SmackDown. I will now yield the floor for each of you to have a moment to speak.
Tommaso. No, Tommaso. Living in your shadow for the last couple of years, I finally had enough. It's so good to finally look at you in the eyes and tell you, I am better than you, Tommaso. I've beaten you at every turn. You have one win over me, but every time it counts, I always have your number. And no matter what, Ciampa, no matter what you try to do to get in my head, you will not get in my head. You will not win. Because tomorrow, in our matchup, it's over. I end this once and for all. I kill the Blackheart. I break you. I break your spirit. I break everything that makes you the baddest man in the WWE. The way I took your Intercontinental title. The way I helped make sure you and Goldie had your split. The way I revoked custody at WrestleMania. And now, tomorrow, I end you when I sign this contract. So now sign it, Ciampa. Sign it. Sign it, damn it. I'm not going to wait here all night. I'm not going to wait here and die of boredom waiting to kick your ass. Because you can't win. Oh, Johnny. Johnny. I've already won. You want my name on the contract? Fine, there it is. But here's how I've already won, Johnny. I won the minute I got in your head because you've been looking over your shoulder everywhere you go, wondering where I was going to be, wondering when I was going to show up and make your life hell. And I only did it once. I only showed up once, and it was to make sure that your big stooge couldn't get involved. And where is he tonight? Well, he's still recovering from the beating I gave him Monday. So, Johnny, I've been living in your head rent-free since the day you showed up to Friday Night SmackDown. And thanks for reminding me of WrestleMania. Thanks for reminding me of both of them, because I've been owing you an ass-whooping since that first time. This has been a long time coming, Jonathan. I've waited for this for too long. And tomorrow, you will remember why they call me the Psycho Killer. And there is nothing, I mean nothing, that is going to slow me down. There is nothing that is going to stop me. There is nothing. What the hell?
Triple H! Pedigree to Ciampa! You want the advantage or get him up? Triple H mediated to be... Oh my god, it was a trap! It was a trap the whole time! Triple H and Gargano were in cahoots tonight! Ciampa goes through the table! Courtesy of Gargano and Triple H!
Remember this feeling, Tommaso! Because tomorrow, everything DIY stood for dies. Thank you all for watching tonight. I'll see you at Survivor Series tomorrow. I've been Xander, and that was Universe.